To us she is.
Has she got a name?
Not yet, we're thinking of one.
Oh, come on. If you would like to think a name for the mannequin at Berkeley Heath, Mole Valley, here she is. She needs a name. Aye, aye. Right. Well, this is a bit of an update and a bit of a trip out video. Right, so remember, I played around with the chainsaws I've got quite a while back actually. I couldn't get them to flip and go. I put a new bar on them. I put new cog on them. And then the little one, after I played around with it, I couldn't get it started. So basically what I did, I took it to someone to have a look at, because I thought, I'm messing around here ages, I'm not getting anywhere. I took it to them. Here it is. Here's the little old beast. Anyway, the report came back saying it's knackered. It's knackered. Now if I just show you, let me just get down on it. So they took the exhaust off, and if you look in there, you can see that the barrel is all scored. You can actually see the scoring on the side of it. There's even a little note on there. Look, not running right. About with the card. So, unfortunately, I think this is the end of the chainsaw. Now, I think I got to blame myself, really. Looking back, this chainsaw is probably 25 years old. They stopped making them 20 years ago. So the reality is, I should have bitten the bullet before I put the new bits on it and thought about buying a new one, because I could probably sell the old one on eBay for parts. And what I've decided to do now is game over for this chainsaw. Like I said, I should have thought of that first really before I played around with it. I'm going to go and buy a brand new chainsaw. The old bits, the new bits on here, I will save, because I can actually use those on the new chainsaw I get. So that, you know, the new cutting bar and chain aren't wasted. But what I'm doing is I'm off to Mole Valley to actually buy a new chainsaw, but use this opportunity to have a look at an agricultural merchant, because I think, let me just stand up. Oh, a lot of you, if you're from a farming background, will be familiar with agricultural merchants. And you know that you can go in there and you can buy all sorts of things for farming related stuff, but you can also buy household stuff and things like that. But for a lot of other people, they probably never set foot in one. You know, you've heard of builders merchants, you've kind of got the hardware DIY places like B&Q for the general public. Well, an agricultural merchant is really for the general public, but primarily for farming. So it's a kind of, do you know, I blooming love the place. I love going into these sort of places. I could spend hours in there just wandering around looking at all the things and going, ooh, actually I quite fancy one of those. Ooh, I quite like one of those. So it's also a place where a lot of farmers buy their wives their birthday and Christmas presents. And if you're a farmer watching this, I dare say that at some point you've gone in there and you thought, oh, while I'm here getting a bag of sheep food, I'll pick up that bag of daffodil bulbs for Mrs. whatever her name is. Because, you know, typical farmers, we don't get out much, so when you do, you're like, oh, that'll do. Probably poor wife wants a bottle of Chanel perfume. She don't want a bag of daffodil bulbs from Mole Valley. Anyway, my local agriculture merchants is Mole Valley. Around the country, there's different ones. Mole Valley, I think, cover the southwest. I think they're primarily from Devon. They're not that far from me, so we're going to head up there now. I'm going to meet a lady called Charlotte. This isn't a product placement, I'm not being paid to promote this. I just sort of genuinely thought it would be a great opportunity for everyone to have a look at what sells there, because, well, I blooming love the place. I love the smell. You walk in, there's creosote, there's cattle feed, all sorts. I love the atmosphere there, looking at all the farm stuff, you know, and like I said, don't get out much, it's a great day out. Might get Mrs. C a bag of daffodil bulbs. Right, anyway, crack on, we'll be back. I'm going to get my chainsaw, a new one, replace that one, and going to see what else I can get up there. All right, let's go. Well, hey, I've arrived and I've changed. Look, I'm not in the smelly farmer gear. I'm in the funky farmer gear, if you know what I mean. Right, I am at Mole Valley. Look behind me. There is a big valley sign, a big Mole Valley sign. And there's also these signs here. Let me show you. So they're just showing up on that. Farm, equine, pet, clothing, and garden. So there. Oh, and there's some more signs down there as well. So pretty well you can see they cover a wide range of stuff. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the shop and meet Charlotte, and then hopefully we're going to walk around the outside, which is more the kind of things that you use on a farm, like fencing posts, drinks, troughs, things like that. That you know, all the stuff that we always buy. Right, we'll go and have a look and have a chat. I'll try not to get run over as well. Hi mate, I'm looking for Charlotte. She's supposed to be helping me do a bit of filming here.
Yeah, she's not in today. Unfortunately, I'm going to be the one helping.
You're helping me?
Right, yeah.
You're Michael?
Yeah, my name's Michael.
Come round here, Michael. Let's have a look around the store.
Alright, no worries. That's fine.
No Charlotte, but we have Michael here. Okay, I'm going to chat to him a little bit, and I'm also going to get him to show me around the store, and we're going to see the chainsaw after as well. Right, Michael. So your role in this place, what is it?
I basically deal with most of the sales, everything like that, and I'm also involved with majority of the machinery sales, everything we have there, all the steel. I'm sort of the expert on it.
Oh, are you?
And
cool.
our new sort of range on the cut. Just
oh wow, wow. Oh, okay.
So that's sort of my
cartridge. So what's that? Is a chainsaw? Oh no, that's
So,
a mower.
Mower, leaf blowers, chainsaw. They're doing
Cool.
They're doing their own garden range now, so
Right.
not just pressure washers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's what they're known for, really, isn't
Yes,
it?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
Right.
we've got a whole new range now.
Oh, okay.
Which is exciting.
So how long have you worked here then?
Just over a year now.
Okay. And sort of what's your sort of customer base in a Mole Valley store then?
So ranges quite drastically, to be fair. Anywhere from sort of like your farmers, everything like that, contractors for like garden care, just the general person that has a few chickens in the garden, really.
Yeah.
It ranges from absolutely everyone, which is quite a nice element to it.
I was talking on the video before I came out, and I was saying it's probably a place that not everyone's familiar with, because it's not sure, they're not sure whether they can go in there or not, and everything like that.
Before I worked here, never been in one.
Really?
Never seen one before.
Yeah.
You know, so I didn't really know what to expect. But since working here, it's a lovely.
Should we have a look round then?
Yeah,
I've just noticed, right, you've got chicken stuff behind.
Yes, yeah.
I need a bag of layers pellets in a minute, but I need a big one. These are only,
These are the
7.5.
ones. Yeah, we've got the big ones in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Which you can go around and
We'll have a look in the warehouse. So you've got a full range of chicken stuff here. I mean, you've got grit.
Everything you need, up from the domestic household up to the full professional chicken farm. Yeah, we have everything that anyone would need here.
And you've got the feeders and everything like that.
Yeah.
So if you had chickens, you can come in. And on the other side, like that, you've got chickens, right?
The chickens, and then chicken's best
stuff
friends.
The rat bait, because you do need rat bait when you got chickens.
Yeah.
Tell me about
it.
it.
Problem at the moment.
And there's plenty of it, isn't there?
Yeah. Got everything from the sort of what I would be able to buy domestic stuff up to the.
I can buy that, but you've got to be farm assured, haven't you? And you've got to have the certificate. And you know your stuff. Well done.
I try to.
Well done, mate. Let's have a look. Right, we're going to walk around the store, because I think it's important we have a little look around. I did do a speed up version when I first arrived, but it's important just. Believe me, I could spend hours in here. I could spend hours just looking, and Harry could. 'Cause look, what's here? These are the Harry toys. My son Harry, I don't really know who he is, but my little lad Harry is 10. He's well into his tractors.
Oh, we've got good stuff.
The big stuff. Look at that. 132. That's the size he likes. I'm glad he's not here at the moment. Actually, he'd want me to buy that. I'm sure he would. So on the other side, we've got electric fencing. Now this is probably going to be selling quite quickly this time of year, isn't it? When people start
we're starting to get a run on it now. It's definitely everyone's sort of upgrading everything, or just fixing a few bits. You know, we've got everything from just if you needed the new sort of energizer, if you just needed a few sort of brackets.
That's the one I use, Hotline. They're really good.
Very good, that one.
They are. It's a really good bit of kit.
So we've got everything, just the wire, or if
Yeah.
we've got the complete kits from our own Mole Valley brand.
Oh,
which
Mole
is
Valley have got
actually-
their own, have they? I didn't know
It's
that.
all made by Hotline anyway.
Is it?
Yeah, so you are getting essentially the same thing,
Right.
just in a different way that we've found
Yeah.
that customers here like.
Oh, okay.
So we've sort of got our own element to it all, really.
Do you know, this is actually quite a good education for me as well
Yeah,
as for the people who are watching this, because I wasn't aware you did all that.
Yeah, we've got like I said, everything for everyone.
Brilliant, I love it. Right, let's go on down. So we're starting into the horsey section, are we?
Yeah, start getting into
I know
this
nothing about horses.
I'm probably not the guy for it either, to be honest.
So we won't spend too long on horsey, but it's quite a big part of your selling, isn't it, horse
yeah,
stuff?
it definitely is.
I mean,
yeah.
I've noticed this before. The horse thing is a big thing on agriculture, isn't it?
Of course,
They
yeah,
buy a lot
yeah.
of stuff. I'm not saying anything, but I think they got more money than farmers.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a leisure activity.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
Well, it's almost a family friend or a pet for
it
some
is,
people, isn't it? In the same way as a dog. So
definitely lean towards
you look
more
after them.
Family friend, bit of family.
Minty treats.
Yeah, I wouldn't try them.
Minty treat. Go on, have one. No. Look at this. Stud muffins. That's a good name for something, isn't it? Ridiculously tasty. I can
Well,
put those out on a buffet somewhere and see if people
See
have
if
them by
people- See
mistake.
how they react.
Right, so you got sort of healthcare stuff here, is it?
Yeah, sort of the
Rug
grooming,
wash, grooming, okay.
Rugs and everything.
Oh,
And
more
then
of it. There's
more-
loads of it.
Yeah, so this is going to be more of your sort of
Super calmer.
yeah. So we've got respiratory aids,
Right.
joint aids, more of the sort of to help with the internal things, with internal maintenance for the horses.
Right.
Anywhere from, I mean, loads of brands all do their own version.
Yeah, there's
Gut
loads
health,
of stuff.
You know, just
They've got
touch of-
funny names, haven't they? Like Devil's Relief.
Yeah.
Sounds like a beer. Super calm. Rig calm. It's all about calming, isn't it? It seems to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of because there's
And
so much.
the
to
supplements
a horse.
that, yeah, there
There's
is.
so much. I'm quite glad I don't, because I know that the vet bills can be.
I think they're a bit more complicated than the cow.
Yes, yeah, I would say so.
Laminaise. Lame Pro. I'd love to be the person who actually makes the names up
Comes
on
up
these.
with it all, yeah.
Lame Pro. I think it's quite nice. Lame Pro. Right, so what's this? It's shampoos as
yeah,
well.
back to
My
sort of
goodness
grooming.
me, look at this.
There's a lot to it. You can spend a lot of time with your horse.
Hoof moist. This is a whole world to me that I didn't know existed, and it's just literally I've just been here. I would probably just walk by this section normally, to be honest.
Most people would if they
You
ever
know?
got a horse.
Yeah.
You would completely overlook
And you've got all the
this.
harnesses here
Yeah,
as well. Oh, and
everything.
leather
That's for the-
dressing.
yeah, for all like the saddles and everything.
It's all here, isn't it? The brushes.
Got it all.
Wow. I'm quite amazed. And I just looked round. I thought that was a person there for a moment.
To us she is.
Has she got a name?
Not yet. We're thinking of one.
Oh, come on. If you would like to think a name for the mannequin at Berkeley Heath, Mole Valley, here she is. She needs a name. The team here, you haven't come up with a name for her yet.
Well, the stock team might have one that they haven't shared with us.
Yeah.
Yet, but I, know
I think
the
she's
sales team
quite
will have
perky, isn't she? I better not say any more than that.
one. Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, let's move on. Nice pair of shoes. My son has just bought a pair of these, actually. He came up here. I think he got them here, actually.
Yeah.
A pair of riding boots, because he's just started doing horse riding quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, look at these little wellies.
Kids wellies.
Oh my
yeah.
God. I can remember when my kids had wellies that small. Right, we're going to go on round the store. So you've got a lot of clothing and wellies and stuff.
Lots of footwear. 'Cause obviously we've got
A lot of footwear,
back
isn't
to
there?
the customers that we have in here, anywhere from the farmers that need these
Yeah.
waterproofs, anywhere up to our steel toes for the.
Well, I always wear a steel toe
constructors,
cap.
Yeah, everything. Like
Where's your steel toe cap ones?
just, well, I mean, some of these Wellingtons.
These are
obviously
stubby
some
steels,
of them-
ambers, aren't they?
Yeah, the safety ones. So some of these will be steel toe.
That's what my dad's favourite welly were, a Nora. He'd always wear a
The
Nora.
classic, those ones.
They are.
That's the symbol of a welly.
It is. My dad always wore Nora wellies. In fact, he was buried in them.
Oh.
There you go.
And then yeah, just to the safety shoes really. That's
So-
that's sort of what these are.
Wow, yeah. So you've got a range of clothing there. We won't dwell too long on that. But so we're going on up now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of clothing here, but I imagine that's quite a popular thing.
Yeah.
Typical farmer as well. When you're out to buy something, you think to yourself, "Oh, I'll just grab myself a fleece as well."
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what it is, and it's some of it's quite seasonal sometimes
Yeah.
as well. I mean, we've just had a full winter range sort of
Right.
come through, and you know, it just sort of changes, especially. Sort of this middle section will be that offers the new bits or the stuff that we're
Okay.
getting rid of for the new
Right.
season.
That's
so,
the stuff I look at
Yeah,
on
that's
discount.
me as well.
Look,
yes.
that's a farmer's friend. Right, we'll go on up here. So we're into now, chainsaws, chainsaw oils
and
everything's
everything,
here,
yeah.
isn't it? Hydraulic oil, antifreeze. And now this is where I start getting excited. I'm always looking at the sort of hardware stuff. So you got pins here. These are the drawbar pins, obviously.
Yes, yeah.
So you're putting those in to connect the tractor to an implement, various nuts and bolts. And you got sort of wood treatment. I bet you start selling a bit of that in the spring when people start doing.
It's already started.
DIY.
Well, luckily we had a delivery yesterday, but if you came in before then, empty.
Really?
Yeah.
So a couple of questions. What sort of seasonal? How does it work with the seasons with selling stuff in the shop? What would you sell at different times of the year?
Well, I think British instinct. A bit of sun comes out.
Yeah.
Let's do the garden. That seems to be what everyone thinks. So all of the paints and everything like that starts going through, and then once you get to the summer, that's when people really start looking at like. And this is in terms of more of just sort of like your standard customer that wants maybe a new dining set or a barbecue, stuff like that. That's when, once we're hitting May, that's when they'll start flying out and ride on mowers, stuff like that. That's the sort of time of year when that will start going through. And then you get to the winter and it's more sort of like your preservatives and stuff like that.
And from a farming point of view, I suppose, so you're selling a lot of licks and stuff, are you? In the sort of
a lot of licks and everything like that.
And then sort of lambing, people coming in for lambing aids and things like that.
Yeah, going through a lot of that now, obviously. We've just had a lot of that going on. So it's a lot of the licks as well, they do fly. But yeah, it's all just seasonal, depends on what we sell. Sometimes this won't get touched for a week.
Really?
And then another part of the year it's barren.
Really?
That's just how it changes.
I can imagine that come Easter, that's going to be, all gone.
Yeah.
So, right, we're up in here. What's this? Drenches?
So this is sort of like...
Oh, that udder mint, we use that.
Yeah.
So that we rub
like
on the udder.
And sheep side,
it smells nice, that actually. Oh, you've got syringes as well.
Yeah.
Get those from the vet normally, but didn't know you sold them here.
Yeah.
And sharps for putting the needles in.
Yeah, little containers. We've got the gloves, the latex gloves.
Oh, they've gone up loads in price, haven't they? Actually, it's interesting. So just because of COVID, I know we're paying a lot more for gloves. How's the supply issues been with COVID and also with Putin and everything like that? Has it affected what you can sell?
It almost felt like it started to steady out.
Yeah.
Before all this unfortunate Ukraine stuff, we started to feel like we were getting stuff back in. There were still issues with all the docks and everything like that. Shipments and everything coming in was still quite difficult. But I think now with this Ukraine stuff happening as well, we've just gone straight back down to almost like peak COVID. It feels like some things we just can't get.
Are there certain things that are really hard to get or
gas.
have been?
Gas would be the
You sell gas?
Yeah,
or
the
gas
colour
bottles?
gas bottles and
really?
everything. It's almost impossible.
Is it?
Yeah, we get a few in and they're gone in an hour.
Really?
And then that's that. And we can't sell, it's got to be an old bottle traded in for the new one as well. We can't just sell out fresh bottles at the moment.
So God, that's amazing.
It's pretty rough if you have a gas barbecue.
I've got a gas bottle. I'm just starting to think, is my gas bottle full? I've got a gas bottle.
All the people around it all sort of recommending like, they might have some or they might have some.
No way. Is it?
Just as a triangle, because we're obviously not worried about the sale. We just want to make sure people are getting what they need. And at this point, it's rough.
So gas barbecues. If you need a gas bottle for your barbecue, I advise you to go and sort it out now before the weather gets really good, and there absolutely will be none left at all anywhere.
100%, yeah.
Right. So what we got in here? So we got mostly a lot of lambing stuff. Lamb velostrum. Is that?
Be all the sort of sheep and lambing bits.
Lamb velostrum. That's a colostrum replacer then.
Yes, it is.
That's interesting. I didn't know you could buy that.
Yeah.
It's amazing what is out there, and unless you're into that actual particular sector, you wouldn't know, would you?
Wouldn't know at all. No.
So we're going to go. Oh, marker spray. Yeah, we use a lot of that. Actually, reminds me, I've got to get 2 boxes of those. Kmars, they're heat detectors. I'll come back and get those in a minute.
Yeah,
right. So we'll go back down. Let's go. We'll do the chainsaw bit last to see what I'm going to get. We'll just go on down because I saw the chainsaws up there. There's gardening stuff there. Now this again is the farmer's exciting area, isn't it? I love coming in here. I just look at all the bolts and nuts and things. I'm a bit sad here. I'm not a train spotter, but I am a bolt spotter. I'm coming in here and I'm thinking, oh, do you know what? That bolt there is just the sort of thing I need for putting on the yard scraper or fixing. That is something that I can't help it. When I'm out anywhere, I'm looking, oh, there's a big pack of screws there. That's what excites me. I do need some nails. 5-inch nails. Have you got some 5-inch nails?
5 inches, yeah, we should have some.
Where do you reckon they are?
Well, we've got a 5 kilo box of them.
Oh, that's good. I love that as well when I go.
Yeah, we'll do a little round of everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to need a little trolley or something.
Yeah.
So more hardware across here, general sort of drill bits and stuff. And we're coming on back round where the work stuff is. Oh, and shooting. Now this is probably something interesting. Yeah. So, do you actually sell guns?
No,
or you're not allowed to.
No, so we sell the air rifles when we can get them.
Right. Why is there a shortage of those as well? Yeah. Is there really?
Yeah, we can't get them. We've only got one type at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Blimey.
So we're unable to get a lot of it. We used to sell rifle rounds as well.
Yeah.
But only specific people with a specific license can sell that, so we sort of opted out of that. So now we just do the sort of shotgun cartridges.
So I could buy my shotgun cartridges here if I wanted to?
Yeah, you could buy them as long as you've got your license.
I've got a license, yeah. And this is just general stuff, the accessories to go with, cleaning kit there for a shotgun. Do you know the first thing I did on the first lockdown, I got my kids to clean my shotgun.
Oh God!
And that was that. They were out of school, homeschooling, so they learned how to clean a shotgun.
That's an important skill.
Well, I thought it was, and also it saved me doing it.
Yeah,
so
very true.
Gun belt there for putting your cartridges in, and then obviously a gun case, because every gun you've got to have it covered, haven't you?
Properly. Yeah. Do.
And very importantly, what everyone has is a. We've got one of these as well. Got to be bolted down and inspected by the police, which is fair enough, really, isn't it? It's got to be right.
It's quite an cautious service.
Yeah, right. So we're going on. This is my section here in the hardware. Look at this. So gate hinges. If you're not familiar with these, you hang a gate on that. That drives into a wooden post. A lot of people look at that and go, "What's that for?" Galvanised as well, so it won't rust out. And then more hinges. So that's the eye. You call it an eye, don't you? And it goes on there, doesn't it? Like that. It just fits on there. And they're different sizes, aren't they? I always get, when I turn up here, I've never measured the size I need. And
the average you'll probably, I mean, in terms of fitness, everyone pretty much has a 19mm.
Right.
That's what the universal is. We've got a few other ones for specifics. But 19mm, and then obviously the length, that's
I like this, mate. You've obviously taken it all in when you've worked here, because you know straight away, you knew what it was, a 19mm, and I know it's on the label there, 19mm. But you said, oh yeah, the 19mm.
You have to know it, otherwise you're not going to be much good for anyone.
No, I like it. You're very on the ball. Right, so we're coming up through here, and we are getting to, hand tools. Again, something I always like looking at, even if I'm not buying any. A nice shovel there, Bulldog. That's a good brand. Yeah. I use those, Bulldog shovel there. I use that for loading muck on the muck spreader.
Well, that's a good brand.
Good brand.
You can't go wrong with Bulldog.
It is a good brand, isn't it? And I always think it's better to buy a good quality thing than some cheapy, rubbishy thing.
Yeah.
We've used them for a long time. And your handles, I'm not sure what wood that is. I think that might be a beech grain on that. Just looking at that. Hardwood handle, 36-inch pick handle.
Yeah.
There you go. Right, and we're coming up now. So lead on to the chainsaws, mate. Yeah. This is
so
where we're looking at.
We've got obviously the real petrol machines. This is obviously, if you've got work to get done, this is going to be the ones that you could have a nice long day at it.
That's what I need. I don't want any sort of rubbishy one. Now, I had an 025. Does that mean anything to you? That's a really old one.
That is past my time.
Oh God, mate, it's ancient. I looked it up. They stopped making them 20 years ago.
Okay.
And I took it to get it repaired, and they said the barrel's scratched inside. It's knackered. Basically, had it.
It's had its way.
It's better to get one. Now, it's got a 16-inch blade on it.
Yes.
So I'm looking for something like that again.
Yeah.
Talk me through what you've got here, because you've got different sizes, and I'm not quite sure what I need for
If you want a 16-inch, you're going to avoid these ones off straight away.
Right. Why is that? Because they've just not got enough.
They're just going to be a shorter blade, so it's not instantly doesn't meet your needs. And I guess the real question for you is, would you class your work professional or domestic?
Ooh. No, I'm not professional, but I'm going to be using it quite a lot.
Yeah. Obviously, it's a tricky question. It's what you deem it yourself, realistically. But still's real way to tell if it's got a black handle, it's a domestic use.
Oh, really?
if
That's
it's got the grey onto it, that's your sign that it's going to be one of the more professional ranges.
Okay.
So jumping from the 211 to the 231. Instantly, this is going to be a better machine.
Yeah.
It's got the anti-vibration built into the handle as well.
That sounds good to me.
Everything like that. The ergo start, so you're not pulling your shoulder out each time you start.
What's an ergo start?
So basically, it uses all of the vibrations as the energy. So when you pull and release it, you don't have to yank it. Just pull it, release, it'll use all those vibrations to start it.
Really?
So it's a much easier starting system, especially when you've had probably 20 years of...
Well, yeah, I'm used to flipping out. This is hard work.
Yeah,
I mean,
won't have that with this one.
I think the thing is, I did check a few models before I came. I think this is a good model for me personally, and also I'm going to keep it a long time, so I can justify the extra cost. So this one's 349, this one's 3473, but reality is, I think that's better to spend money and.
Well, you've got two options.
How heavy is it?
It's quite a balance.
It's not bad. It's about the same as our other one. Yeah, can you just yank the cover off there?
Well, actually, no, I can't because it's cable tied.
Yeah, no, so I'll be trying that one. I think that is probably the one for me. Mike's just gone off get a trolley. Off camera, we just had a little chat about the various chainsaws in here and the, what's good for who and everything. So I am going to go for this one. First new bit of kit we had on the farm in ages. So we're going to get that. I've also got to try and go and get the other bits. I'm trying to remember what I needed now. We were filming it as we went round. So I'll take that. I've got to go and get some chicken feed in a minute.
Yeah.
Let's put that on there. Right. Can you remember what I wanted? I've forgotten. K-Mars, wasn't it?
Yeah, you wanted.
Or was there something else I was going to get? I can't remember.
You were going to get the layers pellets as well.
Yeah. This is like Generation Game, but you're too young to remember that. The conveyor belt tonight, we have. All right, I'll go and get the... We'll go and get the layers pellets after I've got the K-Mars, all right?
Yeah, that's
And then we can have a little look in the thing. Now, I think they're along here somewhere, weren't they?
Yeah.
Here they are. Here we go. 2 boxes of K-Mars. Oh, that's good. Right, where do we go for the layers pellets then? Are we into
what we'll want to do first is you have to pay for it all first with our system, and we give you a collection out.
Oh, is that how it works, is it?
And you go around to the yard boys, and they put it in the car.
Okay, we'll do that. Right, Michael, let's go and get this, and then I'm going to buy the chicken food, and then we'll hopefully have a look round the back.
Yeah.
Right, out in the yard. Brilliant.
And what's the first one?
Yeah, everything else is fine.
Thank you very much.
Got all my toys.
There's everything.
That's all paid for then. I'll just got to pay for it then. Okay. Right, this is a bit. I'm just going to settle up, and we're going to get the chicken feed. Right, Michael. Before we go, I'd like to say thank you very much for showing me around. You've been brilliant. And we're going off to the chicken feed, get chicken in part 2 and have a look round the yard.
Yeah, that's
Part 1 was in the shop, part 2 in the yard tomorrow. Cheers, crack on.